Hi, I'm Amanda, the Emotional Strength Trainer. Thank you for hitting the go button on today's video. I've decided that I'm going to do a series of videos about different physical ailments that show up in people's bodies and help you connect the dots to the emotional trauma aspect of that illness. Now, anyone that's been following me for a little while, because I know I'm your favorite emotional strength trainer, you will know that I'm a medically friendly natural therapist. So I am on board with people who use medicine as part of their health regime if they are unwell. I'm also very on board with natural therapies and healing your body naturally. Either way, it's okay. This work that I'm going to talk about now is often the part of the equation that's missed, and I'm hoping to educate and bring awareness to this very important element so that you start responding better to your medicine, or even start responding better to your natural approach to health. So that's just the small little thing I wanted to get out of the way, just in case you wanted to jump on and see what I was going to talk about. This is a very overall approach, but this is just the part of the puzzle that I bring to the equation from your health and happiness point of view. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about sinus problems. So that's this area, and it's sinus infections, sinusitis, sinus headaches. Now, I will get my book here. This is my go-to book that I work with to help me with the information when people show up in my practice with certain ailments. I often refer to this book to get the information on what the emotional impact is. So let's jump on here and have a look with what sinus means. So sinus problems or sinusitis equals irritation with one person, someone close. Okay, now with that small piece of information, how many ahas have you had just now? A few? Good. Okay, so I'm speaking to people who, from full spectrum, you've had a sinus infection for the first time ever and it's just not part of your normal life, all the way through to people who have had oodles of sinus operations and it just keeps coming back. Okay, so how does that work from an emotional impact point of view? What I do with my work is help people join the dots backwards. So when things show up in your life, it's because something has happened in your life and the emotion has created what I call an energy bubble, and it's settled somewhere in your body. Now, the philosophy behind this book is that a certain emotion is associated with a certain ailment. Okay, now sinus being cranky at one person or irritated with one person. Who in your life at the time of you having these sinus infections could you pin the tail on the donkey, if you will? Sorry to the people irritating, I'm not calling you a donkey, but you know. Who can you pin that tail on to say, right, you're the one I've been the most irritated with? And how can you heal that relationship back? Now, here's the important part. For people that have just got a sinus infection and it's like, ugh, and it's sort of the first time in a long time, a simple discussion with that person to clear it out. And that's the next important part of my work. You must speak the feelings, the emotion, what you really want to say. So there's a couple of options that you can have for that. First option is to speak it to the actual person if you feel safe enough in that relationship that you can speak what you need to say, and see how soon after you get to speak your truth with that person that the sinus headache or sinusitis disappears. Now, if you're on medication for it, that should make it heal quicker. Okay, so your medication will work faster. If you aren't on any medication and you want to try and heal it naturally, then, you know, follow the natural processes that you have. I highly recommend chiropractic as well. It's very good for the immune system, and still have a chat to that person. Now, if I'm talking to somebody that's had recurring sinusitis or have had surgery a number of times to repair sinus issues, then you will probably find, scratching the surface, that you've had an ongoing problem with one person over many, many years. okay? And it can be a significant trauma that started it, and that's how it works. Now, if that person isn't in your life anymore, or they're still alive, or you've removed yourself from them, or that's got to be an option, then that's where you can start to do the work around understanding what impact that relationship has had on your life. So that's a bit of a blanket approach. It means that you might have to do a bit of work. Okay, to have something that's that severe that you need to have surgery, there are major issues at play where the dis-ease that was created in your body is significant enough that you require medical intervention past antibiotics. So that's where I can come in, or you can find other energy workers, and they include Reiki therapists, EFT practitioners, you know, the people that do the tapping and those sorts of things, or emotional freedom technique. Acupuncturists are also quality energy workers. They work within the meridian system. And bioresonance therapists are also a very good option. The other thing is, I mentioned chiropractic. Find a chiropractor that does neuro-emotional technique. That will also support your healing. Now, the work that I do is around the emotional trauma, and it creates an energy pocket in your body, and I go through your energy system and I find those energy pockets and I take them out. Often that's memories. So if you want to start doing that as a process just to stop, or if you're looking down the barrel of another sinus operation, do some emotional work around that person and see how you go. All right, nobody wants to have surgery, and if it's required, then good, but still do the emotional work so that your recovery will be better, and you will also look at having one surgery and then it's all done. Healing those relationships backwards is a key part of your experience with your health. Sometimes it takes talking, sometimes it might take you grabbing onto an energy life coach or somebody like me and doing a bit of work around that over a period of time, because as we all know, we're the proverbial onion. So I hope that has given you an aha. If you have any need to have a third party look at what's going on in your life, then do jump on my website, amandafoy.com.au, and find the Work With Me menu item, and I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, you're welcome to jump on my Facebook page, amandafoy.official, and ask some questions, or we can have a chat about it. Also, you'll find me on Periscope and the new platform Blab, so I can also answer some questions on there if you're interested. So do reach out, and I hope that today's video has been a big help. Bye for now.